your welding coach, Black Feniks, checking in. Today we are working on a D1.5 bridge welding practice test. We're actually getting him prepared for the bridge welding test. Learning a couple do's and don'ts, a couple things to help him fine tune it. And one of the main things I want to throw out there for those who are not familiar with this test, you can only use a scraper, which what he got in his hand right now, a chipping hammer, and your wire brush. Those are the only tools you're allowed to use on this test. Now, when you're doing the D1.1, you can use the grinder, but with this one, it's a 1-inch unlimited coupon, 7018 all the way out. And normally you're going to use a 1/8 inch 7018 rod all the way out. And the goal is you want to do one tie-in, and that's going to be in your root pass. When you're doing your root pass, you can do one tie-in. Now, for those who have been doing this for a while, you'll probably run your root pass and your hot pass as a slight bead, and then start stringing it all the way out. If you're fresh out of school, I would recommend for a person to do the root pass and then run strings all the way out. And you want to make sure you can start and stop on your runoff tab, so that way it would limit your tie-in. Okay. So what we can do is, which one last one you did over here? Okay. And how far did you make it? About right over here. See how crazy how if you go high or something, lift that spot, that slag will find a way to catch itself and it will find a crevice. Alright, so we ain't that bad, but you see right here, right where we're on that limit, we actually want to try to get that out. How far away is the guy? What time you gotta be up there? What time is it? 9:49. Okay. Oh, you need to go and go up there? Okay, well shoot. You ain't that far from what, dude. I think it's like 17, 16 minutes. Yeah, it really ain't that far. It really ain't that far. Like for real. Yeah. It really ain't that far. So the main thing, fam, I'm gonna run one over on this side over here. Just one for you. The main thing is, you have to keep in mind, your gloves. The main thing is making sure it's set good when you get down there, and making sure your machine is set, and then making sure that you can literally run that rod all the way out. That's going to be the main thing, and that's going to keep you from having any issues. You want to have less tie-in as possible. All right, good. That was a good thing. Good, I'm ready to go all the way up on that one. Yeah, that was a good speed. So the main thing, fam, is just take your time, try to run. He's gonna let you run a couple. Yeah. So take all your stuff with you, so you can get everything you need. And like I say, I think we all right, man. All this thing is doing, but all these welds. But then again, like I say, whatever happens, however it goes, know that you still can come anytime. All you gotta do is just give you the heads up and say, hey, I want to come down there and work on this. I'm looking at this anytime. Anytime. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing I can say is like the old folks say, closed mouth don't get fed. Now I don't know if you don't tell me. You know what I'm saying?
I already know.
But other than that, I got you, fam.
I already know.
So, but you got this, fam. Be safe and give me some updates and let me know what's going on.
I'm gonna let you know.
Okay, man.
Appreciate it, though.
Man, you got it, man. Keep me in the loop. What's going on, fam? So, we just got him off. We've been sitting in here practicing, getting him together. And I wanted to go over a couple pointers with him. But the main thing with this test, fam, for those who are unfamiliar with this D1.5 test, is just no grinders. And it's really going to all be based on your skill set, on how tight you keep it. You want to keep a real tight arc. That's going to be a main thing. I would say on your angle, don't have an extreme angle. I like to shoot for a 90 degree, and I might have a slight push, as you see. But I like to try to shoot for a 90, a slight push. But I like to direct the arc directly into it and literally limit my tie-in. So, me personally, when I do it, I do my root pass. I go slow enough so that way I can make it about middle or a little past middle of the plate. I tie back into that, and then I come out, and then I run my hot pass right over my root pass, and then I start running stringers. So that'll be my hot pass and my root pass, and literally be the only tie-ins I make, and then I stringer it all the way out. So find your speed, so that way you can literally start that rod and finish that rod. Having a lot of tie-ins on this plate is just going to make it difficult for you. It's just going to make it difficult because you don't have a grinder. So if you mess up, you know, it can be a headache. And 9 times out of 10, you're trying to feed your family. You know what I mean? So most people doing these bridge welding jobs, just so you know, even in Little Rock here, they start out at 25. You can make anywhere from $25 to $30 an hour. Depends on your skill set. But if you pass this test, you're making $25 an hour off the top. So it's just a vertical up, unlimited 3G test. So for those who want to really get into that bridge welding or construction, having that same cert still can be used in the ironworking field. It's just this one right here is a little extreme. Normally with ironworking, normally they're gonna have you certified on a 3/8 coupon. That'd be plenty with what they're doing. Sometime if they're doing a lot of slices and stuff, they might do the 1 inch. But normally what I have seen, they'll have you do 2 different tests in construction. That'll be vertical up, overhead, 3/8 plate. And when you're doing bridges, it's going to be this 1 inch uphill plate. Now for those who are trying to dive, I want to give a couple tips for those who are trying to dive into the fabrication with flux core. Normally with flux core, they're going to have you do a vertical up and a overhead test in the flux. Now, if you're doing some MIG welding and you're testing at a place and they having you weld coupons like this, normally it's going to be overhead, vertical down, and flat. So it all depends on what you're doing. But for those who are trying to dive into the bridge construction, there's a lot of money in the bridges right now, and they are going all across the country. So if you are willing to like to travel, you want to see new things, you can actually go to some cool cities right now. And do some construction. They got a lot of stuff going on in Florida, a lot of stuff on the East Coast, in the Midwest, all the way out to the West. So if you're thinking about diving into construction, getting this bridge welding cert is a plus. Now you can go to a private facility, just Google an AWS certified facility or a private instructor welding, private welding inspector near you in your area, and they can give you this test as well. For those who are new to the Little Rock area, there is a private person here in Bryant that does the test. His name is Mr. Porter. Mr. Porter in Bryant Arkansas, and he's the welding inspector here in the area of Little Rock and for the state. He's actually one of the first CWIs I met that got his own private facility, so I've been learning a lot from him. He's been in the field for over 30 years now, so if anything you need to know, just make sure you hit him up, Mr. Porter. And like I say, he's a CWI in Bryant. So that's who do the tests here for the bridges in the area. So if you need some testing here, I will go to him. They do have another facility in Morton, I believe. It's a little higher, I believe almost double the price what he charges you to do the same test. So for those who want to go private, I think that's the way to go. So I just want to give y'all a couple tips that's going to dive into this. Hopefully our student do well, he get the job, he go in and make some good money. Like I say, when they have you do tests like this is the extreme test. You would not be welding on nothing extreme like this on the bridges. Normally you're gonna be putting angle in and welding down metal galvanized pans. So for those that are not familiar with it. So just wanted to say, if you know somebody that want to dive into the welding trade and they are in Little Rock, Arkansas, tell them about the Goodwill Academy, family, right off of Scott Hamilton Drive, 7400 Scott. We teach a 16-week program. You learn how to stick weld, flux core weld, and MIG weld in 4 positions. We test you in 2. You get your OSHA 10. We help you build your resume, and we also help you with job placement, family. It's a win-win. It's only $37.75, $100 deposit to get on the waiting list. And if you don't have a high school diploma, family, you can get a free high school diploma from the Excel Center, then come over here and get a free scholarship in welding. And there's other grants and scholarships available, so make sure you call down here to the Goodwill Academy in Little Rock, Arkansas. Ask to speak to Miss Elizabeth or leave her a message, and she will give you all the information to make sure you can get signed up to start getting your HogOn. I'm out. Be blessed. Black Feniks.